How's it going? Devon Stack here. I just wanted to talk about a couple things. I didn't write anything. I just wanted to make a quick video, and I don't have a whole lot of time, so it's not going to be as fancy schmancy as some of my stuff, but that's okay, because really I just need to get a few things off my chest. Something I've talked about previously is this strategy of telling the left, well, what if Trump had done this to Obama? All right, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about, like with this memo, okay? Where the whole left is acting like this memo is no big deal. And people are responding by saying to the left, well, what if Bush had spied on Obama? Or what if Trump had spied on Obama? You know what you're saying when you respond like that? You're basically saying, I'm a bitch. You're saying, good thing you punched me, because if you'd punched someone that gave a shit, they would have hit you back. But you punched me and I'm a bitch. That's what you're saying. Okay? You'll never hear the left say that. You'll never hear the left say, whoa, what if Trump had done that and Obama? You want to know why? Because they want to fucking win. Okay? And it's a bad strategy that makes you look weak. And I'm tired of this complete lack of outrage on the right. This, oh, well, I don't want to piss anyone off on Facebook, or now is the time to get this taken care of peacefully. And these tired old tactics of the conservatives that have yet to conserve a goddamn thing. That's the playbook we're going to use. A little pissed off. And then, so not only is our side trying to be the ethical losers in response to this memo, while the deep state literally threatens Trump on television, when literal treason is exposed at the highest levels here, there's no question about it, people are willing to go outside and riot because their fucking team won the Super Bowl, right? They're starting fires, smashing cars. But if the future of the Republic's in danger, no big deal. No big fucking deal. But my team won at sports ball. That's a big deal. That's what it's come down to. That's how pathetic Americans are right now. We need to want to win. The left wants to win. In order to do that, we need winning strategies. And we need to also be making some of these connections that, I don't know what it is with these people. There's so many, the memo, the way it's, first of all, if this was, I'm not going to lie, I was a little disappointed. Yeah, there was big stuff in the memo, but it's shit we already knew. It's shit we already knew like a year and a half ago. Okay? Give me something to fucking work with. Oh, now it's written down. That's great, but look at the response to the left. We need to wake people up. And apparently treason isn't a big enough thing to do that, okay? So we need to start leaking the real shit. We need to start leaking what's on Anthony Weiner's laptop. And I think you know what I'm talking about. We need to leak the real shit. None of this, oh, the public can't handle it. The public can't handle this. The public can't handle getting outraged about things that they should be outraged about. It's time to step it up a notch. It's time to step it up a notch. Seth Rich was murdered. Seth Rich was murdered. Why do you think Russia... that's not the only reason, but one of the big reasons we're even talking about Russia is because if it wasn't Russia that hacked the DNC servers that the FBI never inspected, like that wasn't weird, right? No one make a big deal out of that. Just mention it once in a hearing while Comey looks like, oh, well, now that I think about it, we didn't look at the servers. Oh, okay. No big deal. That seems normal. Seems legit. No, one of the big reasons they need you to believe this Russia shit is because if it wasn't Russia, it was Seth Rich. It was Seth Rich leaking that information to WikiLeaks. Something that if you're listening to this, there's, I would say, an 80% chance you already know this. I need you guys telling this to your friends. I need you telling this to your families. We can't just have this echo chamber where everyone's walking around going, oh, how much more evidence do they need to arrest someone? Because the answer is zero. They don't need any more evidence. A 12-year-old with fucking internet access could convict like half these people already. Okay? And we can't rely on these theories that, oh, well, Mueller flipped. I remember when it was Comey flipped. Doesn't seem to be the case now, does it? Oh, Sessions, he's like Columbo. He's got some plan. And you know what? Maybe that'll turn out to be right. But you can't just operate on some assumption like that. It's like that story of the guy on top of the guy in the flood. And the sheriff shows up. And I'm sure you guys have heard this. The sheriff shows up and says, dude, you got to go. Flood's coming. He's like, oh, no big deal. God's going to take care of me. And the floodwaters got up to his ankles. And his neighbor came over and said, hey, we got to go. Flood's here. And he's like, oh, God will take care of me. And this sort of thing goes back and forth a couple more times until eventually he's on the roof and helicopter flies over and they're trying to rescue him. He's like, oh, no, God's going to take care of me. And he dies. And God says to him, why? What the hell, man? And the guy says, well, I thought you were going to save me. And God's like, yeah, I sent like 3 or 4 people to save you. And you just kept giving them this line about God's going to save me. Is that what we're doing with Sessions? And with Trump? Trump's not a god. This God Emperor shit's, it's a good meme, right? But you can't just be like, oh no, I don't have to do anything. 4D chess. Okay? We need political pressure. Let's say they are afraid to do the right thing, right? Let's say they've got Hillary Clinton dead to rights. And they can lock her away forever. But what they're afraid of, oh, the left is going to lose their mind. The media is going to make us sound like Nazis, and there's going to be riots and Black Lives Matter and all this nonsense. You need to let them know that's the kind of thing that's going to happen if they don't lock her up. Okay? No more of this, well, you're lucky we're bitches and we're not going to do anything about it. No. Do you want to win? Do you want to win? We don't get a second shot at this. We don't get a Trump part 2. Whatever we don't get done right now, that could be it. Do you have children? Do you want them to live in a country where someone like Bernie gets elected? You don't think that couldn't happen? You think that could never happen? You don't think the media could successfully make Trump look like an asshole? You don't think so? This market thing today, right? I've been predicting this in fact, I was amazed when Trump started talking about how great the stock market was. Because when he was running, he was singing a different tune, a more realistic tune. If you're trying to take down, and I'm not saying he's going after the Fed, but let's say that's on his checklist, right? Wet dream of everyone who cares about freedom. Let's get rid of the banks. Let's get rid of this power structure, right? You think they're just going to let that happen? You don't think they can tank the market? Now, I thought at the end of the summer is when they would want to start tanking the market. I don't know what happened today. I don't know. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe the market will just keep growing and growing and growing. But if they do crash it, there's not a whole lot, okay? I'm sure you've talked to a lot of people, all right? Let me put it this way. I'm sure you've talked to a lot of people in your life recently that hated Trump, but now that they got like, oh, my paycheck's higher, so I actually kind of like Trump now. All right, those are the idiots we're dealing with, all right? Those are the fucking idiots that literally, that's why do you think they've been voting for Democrats this whole time? Because they get gibs. I want my free shit. Well, that money in their paycheck was some free shit. And the money, when they look at their mutual funds and their retirement plans that have been going up, that's their free shit. So they're like, oh, Trump's president, I'm getting free shit. And that's literally as deep as they get in their thinking. That's where a lot of that's coming from right now. So if the market gets tanked before the 2018 elections, what do you think is going to happen? We got our foot in the door. We stopped the bleeding, but we're still under fire. We are not out of the battlefield, not even close. We have to want to win. We have to want it more than they do. We have to want it more than they do. And right now I'm not convinced. So how the fuck is Trump supposed to be convinced that he's got the political backing that he's going to need if he is going to lock these people up? I'm too busy. I don't want to piss off someone on social media. Oh, no, I would never go protest. That's what liberals do. It's time to step up the game. So anyway, that's my rant. For BlackPilled, I'm Devon Stack.